Hello everyone, my name is Dayvan Perez from SymFinTek, and in today's video we're going to talk about the difference between the stacked tier type and the static tier type inside the commissions conductor for Acumatica. So let me start explaining in you the overall idea. So in the commissions conductor and in the commissions world, there are several ways on how to apply the commission rate to the different bands inside a commissions tier table. So in this scenario, we have on the left side the consumer stack commission profile, and on the right side we have the consumer static. So we have an incentive profile where the commission rate is going to be paid, is going to be applied in a stacked way. And on the right side, we have the commission rate being applied, okay, in a static way. So which is the difference? In the stack method, the first $20,000 are going to be paid as 0.5%. Okay. In the static method, it's going to happen the same. Okay, the first $20,000 are going to be paid at 0.5. Nevertheless, if we move into the second band, the second $20,000 are going to be paid at 1%. Nevertheless, the first 20,000 are going to be paid at 0.5. Okay, so that means that each band on the stack is going to have its own commission rate. On the other hand, on the static method, the entire $40,000 are going to be paid at 1%. Okay, so basically, the static is going to apply the same commission rate to each dollar, okay, of the commissionable base in order to calculate the commission amount. The stack method is going to apply the specific commission rate that has been assigned to the bands, okay, and each band is going to have its own commission rate. In the end, assuming that we have an example like this one, for instance, we have a total margin amount of $78,000, okay, and a half, and we are going to try or we are going to calculate the commission amount that is going to be calculated in each scenario. So in the stack method, okay, what we're going to do is that the first band is going to be calculated at this percentage, okay, the second band at this percentage, the third band at this percentage, and then in the fourth one, okay, we're going to calculate the difference between 78,000 and the the threshold start of the band, okay? And that amount is going to be multiplied by the commission rate of 2%. So in the end, we have this aggregation over here, okay? For the total commission amount of almost $1,000 over here. And then the prorated commission rate, okay, that is calculated in this way as the total commission divided by the total margin or the total commissionable base, okay, multiplied by 100, okay, or consider as a percentage. So you can see over here that each band is going to have its own commission rate. Nevertheless, on the right side, we're going to have that this amount falls in this band over here or this tier over here, and then the entire amount, the entire commissionable base, is going to be multiplied by the, or is going to have applied the 2%. Okay, so the mathematics over here is more easier. It's easier to understand So the total margin gets applied the 2%, and that is going to be the total commission amount. So in the end, if we apply to the total commission amount field the same formula as we that we applied for the stack method, we are going to get the 2%, okay, that was defined in the commission um, tier table, okay? So now we are going to move into our commissions conductor because I want to show you how this is represented inside the commissions conductor. So we have created two different incentive profiles, okay? The consumer stacked and the consumer static, okay? So they are going to be or are going to look the same, okay? Nevertheless, the difference is going to lie over here inside the tier type. You can see that this one is an stacked tier type, and the other one, that is the consumer static, is going to be an static one. Okay, so we have the stack, the consumer stacked, and then we have the consumer static. Then both incentive profiles are going to measure, okay, these item classes over here, okay? So we have already inserted some transactions for March 2023, and then we're going to open this generic inquiry, the calculation period totals. So at the time of opening the calculation period totals and filtering by the consumer stacked and the consumer static, we can see the following. Let's focus on Mikal, okay? Because Mikal is one of the person who has more sales volume, okay? Or we have prepared the demo in order to represent the sales volume for a single person. So let me filter for Mikal. Okay, Mika. Great. Then let me scroll to the right and let me scroll to the right over here. And we can see that this is the total margin amount and this is the total margin amount. So basically, both incentives are tracking the same inventory classes. Both of them have the same total aggregation for the same calculation period, that is March 2024. Nevertheless, the commission rate is going to look different, okay? As we saw in the spreadsheet, the consumer static is going to have 2%, okay? Because we are going to apply the commission rate structure that we saw in the spreadsheet, we have it over here, okay, the same. And we can see that the total margin falls into this band over here. So the 2% is applied to the total margin and then is the average commission. And then each commission record, okay, that is created based on the relationship which each line dealer that meet the conditions from the incentive profile is going to have the same commission rate. Okay, so all the commission records are created with having the same commission rate. Okay, um, for the stack approach, you can see how the average commission percentage is different. Okay, right here is 2, and this over here is 1.23. The reason for that is that despite the fact we have the same tier structure, okay, the first band is going to get applied, okay? The first 20,000 are going to be calculated with this commission rate, then the second one with this rate, the third one with this rate, and so on. Lastly, okay, um, this amount falls into this amount over here. So in this one over here, I'm sorry. So basically, the next $8,600 are going to be paid at 2%. Finally, okay, the average commission, okay, that means that the commission, this commission rate multiplied for the entire of this band and the same operation for this band and this band and this band and this band, okay. In the end, if we calculate the commission amount and we get or calculate the commission rate or the percentage of the commission amount in relationship with the margin amount, we are going to have this average commission percentage, okay? This average commission percentage is the commission rate that is going to be specified to all the commission records, okay, that have been created based on the line details of our invoices inside Acumatica. Okay, this can be calculated for sales orders as well, but in this example we have done it for invoices. Okay, the invoices are our source for commissions calculation. So we can see over here the difference. Okay, um, so now what I'd like to show you is what happens. Okay, now if we jump into the next tier total. Okay, if we create if we create a new invoice that surpass this amount of money, I like to show you what happens at that point. So let me get some invoice, okay, from 2024 that had aggregated a lot of margin. Let me start this descending. Okay, so it looks like this one over here is enough in order to get into the new tier level. Okay, so let me open the invoice. I'm going to copy this invoice and then I'm going to release the invoice. Let's see what happens, okay, with the commission rates when they get updated. Invoices. I'm going to close this. I'm opening the invoices screen because the invoice get the stock items and I can clone it from the invoices and memo. So from the invoices, I can do it. So let me copy this. Okay. Okay. Going to create a new one. Let me paste it. I'm going to verify that Mikal is specified over here. Okay, so Mikal is over here. That's great. There is something that come baby. What is it? The come baby 2. Okay, let me remove this come baby. I think that is not necessary. Let's see. This is for electronics. I'm not interested in electronics at this point. So let me release this. Okay. Okay, great. So we had this amount of money, almost 79,000, 79,000. Okay. This has been completed. Now I can go into our calculate commissions process. I'm going to okay, so I'm processing all the commission calculations over here. Okay, great. Then if I get back into the our calculation period totals and we refresh, okay, this screen over here. So now we have this amount of money, okay, $111,000, okay, almost $112,000. And we can see how the average commission has changed because we have jumped into our next tier, the final tier, okay, that is 3.5. what have happened to the invoice already calculated? So basically, all the invoices that have been already calculated, they are going to get updated from a commission percentage perspective, okay? All of them are going to get set the same commission percentage. If we move into our consumer static, okay, the static method, and we refresh this over here, we get the same total margin amount, and you can see how the average commission is 3.5 because we have surpassed the last year. In the same way, um, all the commission records, okay, related to this incentive profile are going to get updated the same commission rate. So what happens from a payment perspective, okay? So basically, we have already paid some records. Let me see you the stacked ones. So if I drill down into the commission amount paid, okay? Okay, so we have some amount that have been paid. Nevertheless, and now we have an amount of money that is pending to be paid. So basically, at the time of the tier being surpassed, what we are going to do is that we are going to pay the difference. Okay, so as a consequence of updating the commission rate, we are going to pay the difference between the new value and the old value, and that happens as well from the static one. So basically we have some commission amount paid over here. And now because of the update, okay, we have paid this amount of money, okay? And now because of the update, we need to pay this amount of money now, okay? So at the time of creating our commission payout, this is going to look as the following. Tiers type example 2024. Okay. And if we look, okay, so Mikael is going to receive this amount of money. And then if we get into the specific details and we drill down into the values that are going to be paid, so original commission amount paid. So I'm looking for the invoices or for the commission records that had been already paid. And you can see over here that this record in particular had suffered a payment of this amount of money. We have this amount of money available to be paid at this time. And this is the amount of money that is going to be paid, okay? So basically the payment and the accrual, if you do the accrual, okay, is going to be done for the difference, and that is something that the system does automatically, okay? So you don't need to worry about that. So with this, guys, we are going to conclude with the demo. So in conclusion, the stack applies um, a commission rate per band. Okay, the static applies a single commission rate to all the amount of money aggregated in the context of a calculation period. And in the end, the detail regarding to the stack is that we calculate an average commission amount that is going to be applied to all the commission records in the system. Finally, the accruals and the payment screens, okay, or the payment process are going to detect these changes at the time of running a new accrual or payment transaction. The financial statements are going to be updated based on the new commission rate, okay? This happens if a new tier is reached, okay, and the commission rate is updated. That happens for a new tier above or a new tier below as a consequence of great memos or this kind of reduction for commissions. So thank you very much for watching this video and see you in the next one. Bye bye.